These women might even die without ever actually being diagnosed. Chim Sina, for example, a single mother, she is poor, uneducated, and spent her whole life in hard labor. As a child, she was forced to work in the rice fields by the Khmer Rouge. Later, she was a plantation laborer. At 40, she can barely walk across the courtyard, and she weighs only 30 kilograms, about 65 pounds.
How is your health now?
Sina has never been a drug user or a sex trade worker, but in Cambodia, even the so-called low-risk population has been ravaged by AIDS. On the streets of Phnom Penh, the reasons are obvious. The sex trade here is booming. By conservative estimates, there are 75 to 100,000 prostitutes in this small country. Sex is always available here, and as cheap as $2. For men, using the services of a prostitute is almost acceptable behavior in Cambodia, even married men. Chim Sina got AIDS the way many Cambodian women do, from her husband, a fisherman.
Does it make you angry that he did this?
Eventually, Sina's husband abandoned her and their young son.
Oh, all the guys go to prostitutes.
Right.
Almost 100% of the guys go to prostitutes. They go get a girl as easy as you'd go get a drink in a restaurant.
Right.
And
then they pass it on.
Then they pass it on, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Even 50 years after first coming to Cambodia, it is an aspect of the culture here that Marie Ens finds hard to accept, particularly because it isn't just the wives that end up sick.
Yeah, this little one here. So
this little girl here is positive as well?
She's positive, yeah. She's mom. And this little gal with the bottle, she's also infected, but she's on antivirals and she's doing well.
Om Sophia says one of the fastest growing new groups of HIV-infected people is children of AIDS patients.
That's one of the big challenges right now. In the first half of 1990s, there was no problem at all with children. The second half of 1990, we see some problem of children affected by HIV/AIDS, but right now I think the number keep increasing quite a lot, and if we look at the response, very little has been done to address the issue faced by children affected by AIDS.
Even those children who are not infected with HIV have their lives turned upside down by the disease. At 16, Kosal is one of the oldest kids at the rescue orphanage. His father committed suicide when he got AIDS. That was just over a year ago. His mother died here 8 months ago. Now, Kosal lives at the orphanage with 2 small brothers and a sister, and with his new grandmother, Ma Ye.
Oh, Ma Ye, we got music line thông tên cứ quạt liệp bong mấy đầm bay đừng nhom đừng nẹt nơi đừng nơi không đồn lên đó chặt tôi quạt đôi chỉ prem mua nơi không chặt trong này cứ quạt lọ mía vậy này ăn cơm.
Before she came to this orphanage, Ni was a beggar in the streets of Phnom Penh. Her mother was violent and abusive. Still, watching her die a slow, painful death has left this 14-year-old scarred.
និយាយនឹងរឿងនឹងខ្ញុំយំរបស់ខ្ញុំបំពេលខ្ញុំនិយាយរឿងនឹងម្ដងខ្ញុំយំពេលថ្ងៃណាមកខ្ញុំកើតទុកខ្ញុំក៏យំដែរពេលខ្ញុំនឹកមកខ្ញុំក៏យំដែរ
Inspired by a dying soldier, Marie Ens says it's now the children who keep her going here.
Yeah, they're small. Yeah.
Even at 71, she says, leaving them to retire to Saskatchewan is not really an option.
So why do I want to go to Regina?
Yeah.
You've been on the property this many minutes. You know why I don't want to go to Regina. They're being raised to be good people, to make a difference, to love other people, and you really can't put a price tag or a value on that. The lives of these children that are just, you can just see they're just absolutely wonderful children, and they're very, very valuable.
You're 71 now. Do you feel fulfilled?
I feel more fulfilled than I ever have in my whole life right now, and that's why I think I would like to continue to do this until I'm 80.
Ens says it is these children, who've lost almost everything to AIDS, who give her hope for the future of Cambodia. Give them a stable childhood, she believes, and they will help rebuild a stable country. Darrow McIntyre, CBC News, Phnom Penh, Cambodia.